Hi everyone, myself Bhumika AV, pursuing my bachelor's in third semester CMBT at Jane Demetri University School of Sciences. Today let's have a discussion on food adulteration. Before entering into the topic, let's have a brief introduction. What is food? Food is any substance. It might be a solid or a liquid that is consumed by every living organism on earth for their survival. Food is a source of nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, and minerals and vitamins. What are these nutrients? These are the chemical substances that are present in the food. They are going to provide the energy. They are going to help in the growth of the body. They are going to provide us immunity to fight against various diseases. We have learned that carbohydrates is a component of nutrient, and we have even learned that carbohydrates are called as energy giving food as they provide the energy to our body. Have you ever noticed the sportsman or the athletic after their performance in the field? They are provided with the glucose. Why do you think they are provided with the glucose? And that will be basically in the form of a powder. So, glucose is a carbohydrate. It's a source of carbohydrates which is going to provide the energy. So, why do we require the energy? A simple physical activity like moving your hands, walking, swimming, sleeping, everything requires the energy. And even some of the complex reaction which is taking place in our body requires the energy. So energy is very much essential and important for a body to function properly. We have even learned that protein is what is called as the body building food. By consuming protein, our body will be built. And the major source of protein that we intake every day is milk, egg, meat, which contains a high concentration of proteins. Protein is very much important component of nutrient. Have you ever noticed the people who goes to the gym not only are trained with the exercise to maintain their health or to get rid of their health problem. As we know, in this modern era, due to the bad food habit, most of them are suffering with a health problem. Most of the people are suffering with the obesity, that is the overweight. In order to overcome that, they go to the gym, they do a lot of exercises, they do a lot of yoga. And have you ever noticed the people who are going for the gym in order to maintain their health? It might be a weight gain or a weight loss, or in order to get rid of any health problem. They are not only provided with the exercises, or they are not only trained with the exercises, but also the equal importance is given to the nutrition. So it is said that 70% of the body's health depend on the exercises, and remaining 30% of the body health is completely dependent on the nutrients what we are going to take. Especially proteins play a very important role in maintaining our health. So we have seen the gym people consuming the protein powder, protein bars, protein chocolate. Then there are many things which are the source of protein that are being consumed. So imagine how important is the nutrients for our body in order to maintain a good health and a good lifestyle. We have learned that vitamins is also an essential component of nutrients. The source of vitamins are mostly vegetables and fruits. And we know that there are various type of vitamin like vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K, and deficiency of different kind of vitamins can cause lot of adverse effect in our body. So it is very much important to consume vitamins also in an equal quantity in order to maintain the health of our body. We have seen that most of the skin products which we are using is made up of vitamin C. Vitamin C is nothing but source is nothing but citrus fruits like orange, lemon. These are the high source of vitamin C. This vitamin C helps us in maintaining our skin health also. That is how vitamins also play an important role in maintaining the health of our body as well as health of our skin. Even that is also required to be taken in a proper proportion, and that also is very important component of nutrient. So we have learned that minerals is also a very important component of nutrients. The proteins what we consume like milk contains the minerals like calcium, which is very much important to maintain our bone health. So minerals also play a very important role in maintaining the health of our body. Let's talk about what is food adulteration. So, due to the rapid industrialization, urbanization, people have cultivated the habit of consuming a bad food. Bad food is that food which is having lack of nutrients. Since there is a lot of development in technology and machinery, purity of the food is getting reduced day by day. That the food is losing its property of containing the nutrient. Earlier, the food our ancestor used to use was very pure and it was having a sufficient amount of nutrients because at that moment there was no invention of any kind of chemical fertilizers or any kind of a chemical food adulterants or any kind of the chemical products. That's the reason why the food which were cultivated by our ancestor was very pure and contained all the essential nutrients in a proper quantity, and by consuming that they were able to get all the nutrients to their body properly and they were able to survive for so long years. But when it comes to this generation, the people are unable to survive for even 50 years. That is the condition where we are standing because the food what we are consuming is having the lack of nutrients due to the addition of some food adulterants, chemicals, which is which is gradually reducing the quality of the food products. So we are going to discuss about food adulteration that has taken place in ghee. So in ghee there is lot of food adulteration taken place. So what are the food adulteration in ghee? How to detect that chemically and how to detect that in home, how to detect them, that is all we are going to learn. Where this ghee come from? It comes from the dairy products like milk. Ghee is a clarified butter which is rich in healthy fats, vitamin A, D, E, K and antioxidant. Ghee plays a very important role in maintaining the gut health. Since it is lactose free, it is very much important in maintaining the bone strength. So, it is very important to consume ghee since it is having lot of nutritional benefit to our body. But at the same time, it is very much important that we are going to consume or we are going to intake the pure ghee without any kind of food adulterants added to that. So it's very important to verify whether the ghee which we are consuming from outside, that might be a GRB ghee or some other company ghee, it is very much important to make sure before consuming those kind of ghee whether it is good to our body, whether it is pure or impure. If it contains the food adulterants or the chemical compounds, it's very much important to avoid those kind of food because it is going to only affect our body. Other than that, there will be no use to it. Where does ghee are manufactured? Ghee is manufactured primarily by the dairy and food processing industries. This includes large dairy companies and cooperatives producing milk-based product into ghee. Specialized ghee manufacturers focus on traditional organic or grass-fed ghee. Food processing plant equipped with machineries like butter churner, eating kettles, filtration and packaging machine, the industry spawns from small artisanal producer to large industrial companies. Manufacturing involves cream or butter eating, separation of milk solids and packaging. The market is growing due to rising demand, health trends and expanding food service and e-commerce channels. Packaging of ghee in industries. Ghee in the industry is commonly packed in glass jar, food grade plastic containers, liqueur coated tin cans and flexible laminated pouches to protect it from air, moisture and light, thereby extending shelf life. Modern packaging ensure airtight sealings, fills containers to the brim to minimize oxidation and uses automated filling, sealing and labeling machines for efficiency and product quality. Food adulteration in ghee. Food adulteration in ghee typically involves adding cheaper fats and oil to pure ghee to increase volume and reduce production cost, compromising quality and safety. Common adulterants include vegetable oils such as coconut oil, palm oil, soya bean oil, cottonseed oil, and hydrogenated vegetable fat vanaspati. Animal fat like buffalo or goat body fat, which are hard to detect as their physical chemical properties often resemble ghee. Other substances like starch, boiled or smashed potatoes, coal tar dye, and paraffin oil are also sometimes added. These adulterants mimic ghee's texture and appearance but degrade nutritional value and may pose health risk or affect cultural or religious acceptability. So now we are going to detect the purity of a ghee. This can be performed using a very simple experiment which everyone can perform at their home. And today I have a first test which is used for the detection of purity of a ghee, and this test is called as the water test or the purity check. For this I am going to take a 2 glass of water, where to one I am going to add the unadulterated ghee and to one I am going to add the adulterated ghee, and we are going to check which is going to be adulterated and which is not unadulterated. So now I am going to take a ghee which is made up of which is made in the home, and this is an homemade ghee. So let's check the purity of this. So now I am going to take a teaspoon of pure ghee and put it into the water. Now I am adding the unadulterated ghee. Adulterated ghee. We could observe that pure ghee melts very quickly in the water, turning clear and releasing sweet aroma, whereas adulterated ghee leaves back the residues and do not quickly melt in the water. Next, we perform iodine test to check the presence of starch in the ghee, which indicates the adulteration. When the iodine solution is added to the pure ghee, it remains the same color, whereas when it is added to the adulterated ghee, the color changes to purple due to the formation of a complex between the iodine solution as well as the starch present in the ghee. This indicates that the ghee is adulterated and impure. Next, we perform sugar and hydrogen chloride test. To do this test, we require 2 test tubes in which we add a pure ghee and adulterated ghee and some sugar in it. Then we are going to add a concentrated HCl. Pure ghee doesn't change its color, whereas the impure ghee changes its color to the cherry red because the sesame oil present in the vanaspati, that is the vegetable oil, reacts with furfural, giving the color of cherry red. This detection test is performed to check the presence of vegetable oil vanaspati in the ghee. These are the simple experiment we can perform and check the purity of the ghee. So it is important to check the purity of the ghee before the consumption in order to ensure the safety and good health.